7 to 6 countries. Does that mean anything to you?
You know, I really don't think it does. I know Iraq said that they were going to do more to help and exchange information and security information with the United States. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of the people that come to the United States through these countries, the vetting process is so long and arduous. Sometimes it goes for 2 years, and they go through the FBI, the Homeland Security, and the Department of Counterterrorism. So for us to kind of put this extra layer that seems just very discriminatory doesn't really seem to make sense.
Do you buy the safety issue that the administration has raised? Do you get why some people feel threatened or feel concerned about just our borders in general?
I do, and you know, just like all Americans, Muslims are also Americans, and just like Americans are concerned with their safety, Muslim Americans are concerned with our safety as well. However, having said that, I think it's important to remember that we as Muslims contribute to this community and to this country. We are in the armed forces, we are business owners, you know, we are doctors and lawyers and job makers. But moreover, it is important to remember that Muslims are good neighbors. We have very low crime rate. Our women have incredibly high education rates, and a majority of violence or mass shootings or anything like that come from white Christian males, not from Muslims coming from overseas.
The U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions says the ban was necessary because, in his words, he says we cannot compromise our nation's security by allowing visitors entry when their own governments are unable or unwilling to provide the information we need to vet them responsibly, or when those governments actively support terrorism. So what do you think when you hear those words?
I, again, think it's kind of a double standard, because again, we are very aware of the vetting process put in place by the United States in these countries for these folks to come here. And when these you know, things are in place for refugees or immigrants to come here, then we're putting them in place because they're our own policies. These are our own procedures. These aren't the procedures put in place by those countries. So if they're our own procedures, then we need to trust our procedures, we need to trust our own people, and we need to trust the people who are putting these procedures in place.
So if you had an opportunity to speak to President Trump today and give, I mean, would you want to add some revisions to this? What would you say to him?
I would tell him that the people that are wanting to come to the United States are wanting to come to the United States because of the places that they're coming from are in simple and utter strife. They are uninhabitable and they need to continue living. And it is their basic human right. It is their birthright to live in a place that is safe and that they can have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All things that are in the basis and the foundation of Islam.
But is there something that you could see within this travel ban that could be refined, could be perfected in some way?
Absolutely.
So there could be some balance?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need to remember that, one, the folks that are already in the pipeline that are being vetted to come here, say through Syria, for example, as refugees, they shouldn't be considered as terrorists or anything as a threat to the United States. A majority of the people that come through those countries are people like families with young children who are really just trying to keep their heads down. And it's those people that we need to be helping. Quite frankly, we should be modeling ourselves after Canada.
Well, thank you for your insight on this.
Thank you.
I know it's a very contentious topic, so we appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be right back.